Yes, guys. Ryjack back for another stream this evening. Welcome in. It is the Real Madrid preview. We've got City Madrid in the Champions League round of 16 tomorrow evening. It is a 4 o'clock kickoff for me, which is kind of weird. We never have 4 o'clock kickoffs. At least I don't. But should be a good, interesting game. Games today, a lot of goals today in the games. Bar the Newcastle Barca game. That one kind of went goalless right until the end. But we can talk about it all. Sudais says, "Yo, what's up, man? How are you? Good to see you in the chat. New name, I think. I don't know. Maybe you've been in here before, and I just am remembering poorly, but." Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. I see the numbers going up in terms of who's watching. Let me know what you guys thinking in the chat. As always, I'll pull up all the chats, or most of them. If I miss one, I apologize. But I'll try to pull up as many chats as I can here. Now, I've got a big issue with this lineup for tomorrow. We can do a lineup. I kind of want to do a combined 11 just to see who's got, in general, the better squad as well. A combined 11 could be cool to take a look at. It's going to be, if it's, just available players, it's probably almost all City players, bar like Vinny and Courtois maybe, and Valverde probably. The rest, I would say, probably not are getting in the team. But Madrid do have some ballers that are unavailable due to injury, and I think that would make the team interesting. If all players were fit and available, who would make a combined 11? That I don't know. But while we're getting ready to get things started, let me know in the chat your thoughts. Of course, guys, let the chats fly in. The chats make the stream as good as ever, and I always appreciate the chats. Of course, if you are new as well, do hit subscribe, like the video to help get more people in here, which I do appreciate, of course. Let's see. Sudey says there's no way we lose this. Well, I mean, you say no way. Madrid just somehow find a way to do these things, it feels like, but I am feeling confident. I am feeling really confident. Especially if I look at this Madrid lineup. The predicted lineup for Madrid is so bad, man. It's so bad. Like, I'm looking at Thibaut Courtois, obviously is amazing. Maybe the best keeper in the world. For me, probably the best keeper in the world. And I like Donnarumma, but I just think Courtois is probably like a little bit next level. But then the rest of the team is kind of pony, man. Like, Trent is good offensively, offers you very little defensively. So, give and take there. Asensio, young. He's had a couple of good games against us, but, I mean, is he that good? I'm not sure. I'm not sure he's actually really Real Madrid level. Rudiger is 33, on the decline. He's not nearly the player he was a couple of years ago, for sure. Rudiger is having a bit of a down year. You've got Ferland Mendy, who's probably starting at left back, who is just not very good. He's one of those players that's very good on FIFA, but not good in real life. Maybe at one point was pretty good, but is probably their second or third option at left back. They'd play Carreras at left back over him, who's out. They'd probably play David Alaba at left back over him if they could, and he is out as well. I mean, you might even play Trent. I don't know. The left back situation, you have Fran Garcia, who potentially could play left back as well over Mendy. So I don't know. Defensively, they are very weak, says Sudais. I would 100% agree. Defensively, they're weak. They got Asensio and Rudiger, who are kind of like bully ball type center backs, and they're not bad, but it's not a back line that strikes fear into you. Almighty Sigma says, hello, hi, what's up? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. Good to see you. If I pull up FOTMob here, which should be like that. There we go. This is their predicted 11. I don't think I would go with this exact predicted 11. I'll look at my predicted 11 here in a bit, but we're mainly talking about Madrid at present time. I mean, the injury list for this team is just crazy. Like, we think City have injuries. I guess we have a lot of players coming back, but Gvardiol is still out. Maybe he'll be back by May, but who knows? I still tend to think Gvardiol is out for the season, and Kovacic, who's back in training but did not make the trip. I wonder if Rico Lewis was on the traveling squad. I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter, but I know he was injured as well. If you look at Madrid, though, Alvaro Carreras, decent center left back, he is out. David Alaba out. Eder Militao out. Danny Ceballos, who is all right. He's not, Real Madrid standard, really, but he's out. Jude Bellingham, I think, is a baller. I know a lot of City fans despise Jude, but I think he's very good. He is out. Mbappe, one of the best 4 or 5 top 3 players in the world. He is out. And Rodrigo is the City killer. He is out as well. Do you know the talent Phil McCracken? Phil McCracken. I don't think so. The Grinch. Yo, my son. What's up? Any questions in the chat? You pop them in. I'll answer. I'll answer all the questions, guys, of course. As well, they have Alvaro Arbeloa. You know what I mean? Like, not really a frightening manager. Has he managed anyone other than Madrid in his life? Well, he played in the Prem 10 years ago, but that doesn't really tell me much. Here it is. Coaching. He coached the Madrid under-19s. He coached whatever this Madrid B team, maybe Madrid under-21s. So, he's only been at Madrid. He's not really done much. He'd play for Liverpool, though, and Madrid for quite some time. Alvaro Arbeloa, not someone I'm overly concerned about, Let's see what the chats are saying here. Don't worry, Madrid will lose. What do you think about Liverpool? Man, I watched the Liverpool game today, guys. It was actually a very exciting game. I don't know how it finished 1-0 only. There could have been, I don't know, like 4 or 5 goals in this one. So I don't know, 1-0 actually should have been a second for Galatasaray. I don't know why that goal was ruled offsides. I did not understand that. If you think back to the United goal against City with Rashford, it was like the same thing where the player kind of runs to the ball, but he didn't touch it, so they say not offside. But in this instance, UCL refs, they say offside. I don't know. I thought it was not good. Teal says, we will get embarrassed by company. Pep sets us up very poorly defensively. Teal, we're not even through Madrid yet, man. I know you like to be negative sometimes, Teal, but we are not even through just yet. Like, my guy, we will get embarrassed by company. Like, relax, man. No, he managed the B team. Yes. Do you think Liverpool will win the Champions League? No. No way. No way, man. Do you think Liverpool win the Champions League? Nah, they can't, bro. They might, pull through this result against Galatasaray, but they were so poor today, man. So poor today. Like, I thought Galatasaray could have won 2-0. They did score, but it was a handball. They didn't seem dangerous to me. Galatasaray looked like they had multiple chances, man. XG is actually similar-ish. Shots similar. Big chances, 3 each. So maybe the stats say it was a closer game than I'm thinking, but I had Galatasaray was, I thought, very, very impressive today. Arsenal slapped Bayern, but City won't. Our attackers are out of form, and our wingers don't score. Barca, Semenyo, and Cherokee. Marmouche, inconsistent, and Reiners is awful at finishing. Teal, man, the vibes are positive in this stream, brother. I appreciate your concern, but, we're not there yet. We're not there yet, man. We're not quite at the Bayern game. That's, 6 games away from now. We have a brutal schedule, City do. And maybe we'll lose. Maybe we'll lose to Bayern. But, my goodness. We're not even qualified yet. The Madrid game, or the Bayern game, I think, is in between this Chelsea. One side and the other side of the Chelsea will be the Bayern game, I think, if I remember right. It'll be midweek this week here, and then we'll play Chelsea, and then next week we'll play Bayern in April. Exactly. Is Wirtz the best player in the world? No. He's good. He's had probably a little bit better of a season than people have thought, because people like to hate on him for the price tag. And I always thought Wirtz would be very good for City, but I think he'll eventually do a little better. He'll be good eventually. All Things Football says, yo, drops a penguin in the chat. What's up? How are you? I'm being realistic. In fact, under a different manager, I actually fancy City to slap Bayern, but Pep plays with too much caution. I mean, I don't know if I necessarily agree. We just played Newcastle. It felt like we played pretty aggressively. We had 21 shots, 8 on target, 7 big chances. Like, I don't know that it's fair to say we were unaggressive, or we played with too much caution. I think that's a little OTT. But our upcoming fixture list is ridiculous. It is, man. It is ridiculous. If you take a look at the fixtures, and assuming we're going to beat Madrid, you got Madrid, West Ham, which whatever. Madrid again, assume we win that one. This one will be rescheduled. Who knows where they'll put it. Then you have Arsenal in the Carabao Cup final, Liverpool in the FA Cup, Bayern, Chelsea, Bayern. It's intense, guys. It is intense. And then it's Arsenal again. So the next month, 5-6 weeks is nothing but difficult games, bar West Ham, really. Unless they put the Palace game somewhere. But they might put the Palace game towards the end of the season just because of the congestion. There's also an international break somewhere in here, where I guess it's after this, where we won't play. After the Arsenal Carabao Cup game, we will have an international break in March, I think. I'm pretty sure. Do a lineup prediction? We will. Yes, we will get to the lineup prediction. I have that ready to go here in just a moment. Is Arne Slot getting sacked? Maybe at the end of the year. Probably depends on if they get Champions League. It'll be a narrow victory at the Bernabeu. I will take a narrow victory. I'm hopeful for a 2-goal advantage coming back to the Etihad. That's my take. I hope we can get a 2-0, 3-1, something like that, where we just, barely give them any hope. And then coming at home, you'd think you'd be all right with a 2-goal lead. But you never know. Is Isak the worst striker? Isak is the worst striker, but I think Haaland is worse. Okay. I want revenge for last season. Mbappe was laughing at Gvardiol after cooking him. He did cook Gvardiol terribly. I think Madrid will win 6-7. Dang it, the freaking international breaks are coming back. They are. The international breaks are the worst. They're coming back end of this month. But we will have a beautiful, not really an international break, but the World Cup will be fantastic. Fantastic coming up. What happened to your series of rating every player? I'll pull that back around for the international break when there's no content to do. I'll bring that back on TikTok for you. I will bring that back. All right, we should do a lineup predictor here, lineup builder. So if we're gonna do, I don't really know the formation we're gonna rock because we've had multiple different options. And I don't know if we're going to run this 4-2-2 that we've been doing typically. I don't know. Because we have the wingers back. So have we been running the 4-2-2 because we don't have wingers, but now we do? Are they going to play? I don't know. Are you from NYC? No, correct country, wrong state. I'm not from NYC. I'm actually from Florida, which is, opposite north versus south, but East Coast, so kind of close, Sudeis, kind of close. I think there's a couple of players that are bang-on starters that they're just going to start no matter what. Probably Donnarumma, probably Mark Gahey, probably Haaland. I don't think there's any real need for debate. I don't think. And then probably Rodri as well. Is that fair to say that those 4 players are like the first 4 names on the team sheet and there's, almost no world where none of them play? Probably. Fun fact, Naipan is alive. I saw him in the open training video today. Well done. Severe Naipan, the future Man City star boy, potentially. Who knows? I hope. We'll see. Semenyo. You think Semenyo is a bang-on starter, huh? He probably is. But do you want to run Doku Savino? I don't think you can do Haaland, Semenyo and Doku and Savinho, probably. And I know some people don't like Savinho, but he did have a very good performance. But then you also think, is like the one good performance against Newcastle enough to start at the Bernabeu? Maybe not. Maybe not. There's so many things to consider in this situation. No, I don't trust Savio. I think I'd start him just because he was so good. I thought he was much better than Doku. But on the other hand, Doku starting gives you Doku on Trent. And I like the idea of Doku on Trent. I like that a lot because Trent just can't defend. And in the past, he's had VVD to bail him out. I don't know if Madrid's defense is strong enough to bail him out in this one. You know? I don't know. Cherky should start. Him and Doku cooked Madrid last time. But do you start Cherky from the right wing, or do you start him as a midfield option? Because you want Semenyo too. I feel like Semenyo is fair enough. He's going to play. Which, harsh on Marmoush for scoring a brace. You know? Marmoush scored a brace and is not going to start against Madrid. Which, I'd like him to start, but I don't know. Don't tell me you're about to start Savio Semenyo. I don't think I would. I want to start Marmoush because he just scored a brace. But I don't know where to put him. What do you think about Galatasaray? Will they beat PSG? I don't know that PSG beat Chelsea, to be honest with you. So I don't know. I feel like the winner of the PSG-Chelsea will advance over Galatasaray, probably. Cherky Rodri Silva. Ooh, what is this? So then there's no Nico O'Reilly. Nico G. Also, I thought Nico G was great. I'd be starting Nico G, I think. I think I'm with Sudeis. Backline is difficult as well because you have the Diaz-Huzanov conversation. Huzanov right back potentially. Aït-Nouri here. Do you go O'Reilly a left back? Like, it's difficult, you know? It's a difficult decision to make. And, like, it's good that we're having these problems because last year we had the situation where it was like basically no one is good enough to start. You know? I have a feeling Pep will start Savio. But I don't think he starts him on the left. Which means Semenyo's over here. I don't know. We know Pep ain't started Nico G. Bro, I'm into this Nico G. This is more what I would do, not really what I think will happen. I would start Nico G, man. I think he was so good against them, against Newcastle. I thought it was great. But we have never really seen them start a game together, I don't think. Don't you think PSG has less league competition, so Chelsea might win? Yeah, I do think Chelsea might win. I also just think PSG are not as good as they were last year for some reason. I don't really know why. Maybe it's Donnarumma factor, but I don't know that I would say that the goalie makes that big of a difference. But they have ballers. Dembele, Doué, Kvaratskhelia, Vitinha. I don't know why they're not as good, but they have not been that impressive this year. So I think Chelsea might just be better than them. And I don't think Chelsea are that good either. As much as I hate to say it, Bernardo can't start tomorrow. I'd go O'Reilly and Cherky with Rodri. Guys, I don't know that Cherky's going to start because I don't think as well Nico G and O'Reilly cannot both start with Rodri. I don't think you can do that either. Nunez is a locked-on starter. He probably is. That's probably fair. Nunez is probably locked on as well. Like, we're not getting a Rico Lewis or Huzanov right back. Unless on Stones' appearance. Stones was good in that game, by the way. He was pretty good. But I don't think you'd see Stones right back anymore. Surely not. Are you giving up on the league? I mean, giving up is like a general term. Do I think we're going to win the league at this point? No, I don't. I don't think City will win the league, but I don't think the players should give up on it either. I think they definitely should try. And if we win out, we have a decent chance. But I just don't. If I was predicting will we win out, I don't think we win out. We need a creative output. Can Doku be the creative output instead of starting Cherokee? Mastermind says, yo, what's up? Right, Jack? How are you? Good to see you. What do you think about Madrid, Tottenham? Jeez, man. That poor goalkeeper. One of the worst performances I've ever seen. So, Spurs are horrendous. Most likely, Pep is starting O'Reilly, Rodri, and Bernardo. That midfield cooks. Looks like our main midfield. Let's see. Most likely is Pep is starting O'Reilly, Rodri, Bernardo. I kind of do agree with that. If I could type, man. O'Reilly wasn't very good, though, last game out, and he is coming back from injury. But this does feel like our main midfield for the time being. I kind of agree with that. What do you think about Arsenal in the league? I mean, I don't like watching them, but they'll probably win it. That's kind of where I'm at. I don't think they're fun to watch. Can you say hi to my sister? She loves your streams. Her name is Aziz. What's up, Aziz? How are you? Hope you're good. Thanks for watching the streams. Bernardo not start against Real Madrid. Unlikely, says Z Piece. Yeah, I think that's probably fair. He probably starts. And if O'Reilly's going to be in the midfield, it's going to be Ait-Nouri. Unless he's still injured. I think Ait-Nouri's probably all right. I mean, yeah, probably. But if City win out all their games, then there's a good chance. I don't know. Pep's going to put Nico O'Reilly over Gonzalez and Ait-Nouri at the back. That's probably where I'm leaning as well. Will Spurs win the championship if they're relegated? I don't know. They'll probably lose their whole team. But probably, you'd think. If the first leg versus Bayern is at home, I'd be so pissed. It will be at home. Second leg is at home of the lower seeded team, which is why we have home advantage here because we're 8. We finished 8th. Madrid finished 9th, so we get home advantage. Bayern finished 2nd. So we would get the first game at home, and the second game would be at Bayern. But if Atalanta somehow come back, we would have the game at home second because we'd be the better seeded from the group stage or the league phase, whatever they call it now. Is this a good lineup? If we beat Madrid. I haven't watched the Spurs keeper highlights. How bad was it? It was probably worse than Karius from Liverpool. It's the worst bit of goalkeeping I think ever. And to make it worse, it is his Champions League debut. Like it was so bad. He basically fell down. He made a pass to no one. It was bad, man. It was bad. So we're getting 6 past us. What do you mean? Do you think Jamal will be better than the whole City team? Jamal's probably like top 3-ish, 4-ish player in the world. He's probably right up there. I don't know. Do you think Vinny Kompany's actually a good manager, or do you think he just has a super team? I think he's probably a good manager. I think he's a good manager. It's hard for me to say. He did really well at Burnley in their championship, and then they got relegated, but he played like a style that was probably not what Burnley should play, but his style is working with Bayern. But is it working with Bayern because Bayern just have the best players in the league? I don't know. They battered Atalanta today, though. Do you think Spurs will win the next game? No, Spurs are terrible. Diaz over Husinov, despite how wanted he is. Oh, 6 past us. I hope not. I do think it'll probably be Diaz, even though I know probably most of the online people want Huzanov, probably. But I probably would do. I probably slightly lean Huzanov, but I'm fine with Diaz as well. Do you have an MLS team? I do. Orlando City. That is the closest team to me. But we stink. We're 3 games in, 3 losses. Like 10 goals conceded. It's bad. So not doing too well in the MLS this year. Daku Holland Semenyo, O'Reilly Rodri Bernardo, Aitnori Gehi Diaz, Nunez Donnarumma. That's probably the team. But I would be fine if Savinho starts. I'd be fine if Marmoush starts on the left. I'd be all right if Nico G starts. I don't really think Reinders starting would be a good idea. Phil can't start either. He's been awful. Cherky could start, but I don't know where and for who. And then the back line, I think, is fine, unless you want to say Huzanov. It's so difficult. I prefer Huzanov because he could bail us out against the fast Vinny, but Pep goes with Diaz. Yes. Maybe Nunez. If we don't run 4-2-2, then Nunez doesn't have to be like the wide player where he's, so far advanced and Vinny gets in behind. Maybe if it's more of a back 3 where Nori can kind of be the one getting up the pitch and then Nunez kind of stays back a bit. It can be Nunez and Vinny with Diaz coming to assist. Because Vinny's balls over the top to Vinny really feels like their only option, in terms of what they can do in this game, in my opinion. I don't really know what else they have going for them. Like, they just don't have a very good team. Do we think Liverpool will lose to City B team? Maybe. I don't know. Do you think City will lose points because of charges? Probably not. Would you rotate a lot for the West Ham game after this? But probably depending on if we win this game big, I probably wouldn't want to rotate too much for West Ham. But if it's a close one or we lose, potentially you rotate because the league's probably over anyway. That starting lineup looks about right. Thank you, Z-Piece. Not just me. This is partly with the chat as well. But the Diaz Huzanov one is very, very close. What do you think about Aston Villa's season so far? I mean, pretty good. What are they, like 3rd or 4th? They're pretty good. Maybe a little bit better than expected. This ain't the type of game we could afford for Reinders to knock out a fan in the stands. Yeah, I don't think Reinders starts. He'd probably injure someone. Fair enough. Hear me out. I'd bench Gehi and put Kusanov and Diaz. Really? I feel like Gehi's been the best center back we've had since coming into the team. He's been so good. I don't know if that's wise. Is there anyone who wants to do like a Kusanov right back so you can get Diaz and Gehi in? I feel like Nunez is too good currently at right back to bring in Kusanov. Semenyo, first time playing a non-England team. I don't believe he ever was in a European competition. That is true. Do you think Vinny would be a danger to City? I mean, he's basically their only danger they have. So, probably. Like, if you look at this lineup here, Vinny is really, maybe bar Arda Güler being like a false 9 as a potential goal scorer. Like, they don't really have goal scorers in here. This Garcia guy, Gonzalo Garcia, he's played 630 minutes in 22 matches, 4 goals. Like, he's played 43 times for Madrid, has 11 goals in total. Like, I'm just not really concerned with Gonzalo Garcia scoring against us, you know? Valverde can hit one. We've seen him score against us for sure. Tchouaméni can hit one from distance, but like getting in behind the back line, it's really just going to be Vinny. No one, no Mbappe, nothing else is going on really. Pep ain't doing that. I don't think he is either. Nunez at left back? No way. No way we go with Nunez left back. Nunez has been a little nervy recently. That's probably true. He's maybe not been quite as good as he had been, but I don't know that that means you bring in Husinov right back. Sude says, I have a feeling we'll lose this game. Well, man. Rudda. The fact that Yamal can't get past Lewis Hall, but Savinho can, I know my God. Rodrigo injury is the best news for us all over all the others. This guy, man. I don't wish an injury on anyone, but Rodrigo is, of course, the Man City killer who also wants to secretly play for us, but also doesn't want to leave his team to go play for us. So maybe it is for the best that he's just not going to play. Is Garcia better than Mbappe? No. Mbappe is like the second or third best player, first best player in the world. So Lewis Hall is a baller, by the way. I would agree. Lewis Hall was very good today. Lewis Hall was very, very good today, man. I like Lewis Hall. I don't think he really would fit in at City. Like, we don't need to buy Lewis Hall because we've got Aït-Nouri and O'Reilly and Gavardiol for left back, but I'm joking. Oh, fair enough, fair enough. We just swapped Doku for Rodrigo. Good question. Probably. I don't think Doku is very good. Me personally. So I'd swap him just because I know Rodrigo can be very good. Even though he maybe hasn't had a great season. I don't think Doku will ever be much more than a 1 goal in 10 type of player. And I'd rather have wingers who can get me goals. So I would look to upgrade on Doku. Personally. Savio did have him on skates. He did, man. Savio was cooking him. What fixture do you hate when City play away in the world? Probably Madrid, man. Probably Madrid. We never win there. We've only won twice in the last, 14 years at Madrid. I think we checked that last stream. Something like that. Rodrigo is a destroyer for City, but it's sad he misses the World Cup. It is sad. I don't despise Rodrigo or anything. I think he's a good player. And ACL, and you miss the World Cup, that sucks. That sucks for sure. For sure, man. I think what would be even more interesting... Do I want to change this lineup, actually? I would put Savio in there, man. I'd put Savio in somewhere, but I don't know. I don't want to take any of these guys out. If you could get Tino for 50, 60 mil, you taking him? Me personally, I want someone else. He makes Stones look like a Terminator. I'm out on Livramento. I'm out on Livramento, man. He's too injury prone. I'm not interested. I pass. Someone else can have an injury problem. I don't want any more injury prone players, man. No, thank you. No, thank you. All right, I'm going to pull this back up here. And I want to see how would a combined, all healthy City Madrid 11 look, and see what you guys think. Who would get in a combined 11, assuming all players are healthy? I think this is difficult, but I'd say probably Courtois. Probably Courtois gets in at goalie, probably. I think center backs are pretty easy. Gehi is in. Is Militao in over Diaz? That one's tough. It's probably Diaz. or Huzanov. Probably. Verts will win Ballon d'Or if he wins World Cup? I doubt it. Actually, no. There's no way. It's only because he's English. The club wants him. Any other nation would have pulled out a year ago. Probably. Probably true. There's other right backs out there that I think are better options, like Coyote. I just think is cheaper and probably more reliable. And if Nunes is going to be the right back, then you don't need Livramento. Doku over Savinho. Thing is, I think Savinho's buns on the left. I also don't like Savinho on the left, and Semenyo on the right is probably better. So it's probably a difficult one there. Nunes over Trent. I don't care. He's injury prone and can't defend. For right back, you think we go Nunes over Trent? What about Carvajal, though? I'd probably say Carvajal over Nunes, now that I think about it. Carvajal's so good. Danny Carvajal, right back. I think that's fair. I think Diaz probably over Militao, even though I do like Militao. Yeah, Diaz. Left back. Left back is kind of a weak area of the pitch. Weak area of the pitch for left back here combined. Is it Aït-Nouri? Is it O'Reilly? Is it Carreras? How good has Carreras been for Madrid this year? That I don't know. Carreras has put in, a 7.5 rating in La Liga. 23 matches, 2 goals, 2 assists. Is he better than Aït-Nouri? Is he better than Aït-Nouri? Yeah, he's injured, but this is no injuries. This is just everyone's fit. Everyone's fit. I think it's probably close, but I'd probably go... Whoops, wrong one. I'd probably go Aït-Nouri. Maybe because I haven't seen enough of Carreras. One player I definitely put in there is Valverde, because he's amazing. I'd put probably Mbappe on the left. Haaland through the middle. The other midfield options, I don't know. Nico O'Reilly is better than Aït-Nouri at left back? You think? If this City team win the Champions League, win the title after drawing to Forest, at home losing to Spurs and Brighton, all losses have been to... Yeah, and you could even say United ain't any good either, really, if you deep it. So you think Nico O'Reilly left back over Aït-Nouri? Would Rodri make this midfield? That I don't know. Would Rodri make the midfield of a combined City Madrid? I feel like he probably would. Rodri. And then who's the other one? Like Güler? Or would you have someone else from City? Because he ain't in the midfield. True. Yes. These other 2 spots, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Semenyo probably gets in, I'd say. And then maybe this is like Arda Güler. Is he an attacking... Is Güler better than Cherki, or is Cherki better than Güler? What would you guys say? Because that one I don't know. I just know Güler is rather good. He's pretty good. But I think Semenyo definitely gets in. Haaland is in, obviously. Mbappe is in. There's no room for Vinny, unfortunately. I would probably say he's one of the best players between the 2 teams, but check stats. Güler. Arda Güler, 3 goals, 8 assists in 27 matches versus Cherokee. It's probably close. 3 goals, 8 assists in 24. It's pretty similar. They're pretty similar players. Shut up about me. Are you streaming for the Madrid game? No, I'm not streaming for the Madrid game. It is midweek. I can't do midweek. I'll be at work, but I'm streaming for the West Ham game. Camavinga defo gets in the midfield. Over Goulet. You think? I don't know. I feel like you need an attacking midfielder. You got the 6, the 8, and the 9 need the 10. Camavinga doesn't get in over Valverde. Those are league stats, yes. It only shows the league stats. Doesn't show me anything else. It's a difficult one. It's a very difficult one. I prefer Silva or Cherokee to Guler. Okay. Cherokee. Think Cherokee's better. Well, I mean, City dominate. Even if Madrid have a fully healthy team, Madrid only get, 4 players in? Mbappe, Valverde, Carvajal, and Courtois. Is that fair? You can see UCL ones too. Bro, where? It just says Premier League. It doesn't say. Season? Oh, over here. I forgot. He's got 10 goals, 12 assists. You guys, it's just out of view for City. 10 goals, 12 assists. And 41 for Cherokee. And Guler has 4 goals, 15 assists. So, I mean, it's similar. Cherokee's a bit more of a goal scorer. Goulet's played a bit more games. So, well, I mean, it's close. Gigi sold us more dreams than Pep growing his hair. Who's better, Messi or Ronaldo? I'd say Messi. Messi for me. Better. Some might argue Carreras instead of O'Reilly, but I personally see O'Reilly. I think it's close as well. O'Reilly might end up being England's left back at this World Cup as well, so that's something to consider too. You know? It's a difficult one. It is a difficult one for sure. But City, I think, even if we look at the combined 11, they have a better squad than Madrid. And with the players available for Madrid, we definitely have a better squad for tomorrow. So, if we're thinking about this specific game here, tomorrow, Champions League, Man City, Madrid, meeting for the 100th time. We've already beaten them once this year at the Bernabeu. I think we do it. I think we win 2-0 tomorrow. I think it's a 2-0 City win tomorrow. I see Hall over O'Reilly if he continues playing in the midfield. Could be. I guess that makes sense. The England midfield is very deep as well. You have like Jude, Cole Palmer, Phil Foden, whom, I mean, maybe not Phil Foden, but Declan Rice. You got O'Reilly. Like, there's a lot of good players. Elliot Anderson, Adam Wharton. There's a lot of good English midfielders. That makes it difficult to get in that midfield spot for Nico O'Reilly for sure. Even though I think he'd be good in the midfield in the World Cup, it might be difficult to get minutes. Anderson probably coming into City as well, which is nice to see. For sure. If you guys haven't already, do hit the like button for me. I do appreciate that, of course. It helps the channel a lot and helps more people come into the stream and everything. Anderson, I believe, is very close to starting for England. I think he probably will. I think they'll probably start a midfield of Anderson, Rice, and Jude or Palmer or Rogers. I don't know. England's midfield is very good, man. England's whole team is very good. Well, maybe Wharton starts in the 6, and Anderson is an 8, and Rice is like an 8, 10. I don't know. Who's England's starting right back? If all fit besides Reece James? Probably Livramento. Livramento, probably. I would guess. I would think Livramento. But that's difficult as well. I don't know. Man. I'm so excited, but I'm also so nervous for this game, man. Who would you take for Forest City? Any players in the world to improve our team? Probably Elise. Probably Michael Elise. Baller. Played so well. Got man of the match today. Guys, if I read you Michael Elise's stats for Bayern this year, you're going to think I'm lying. He has, in 42 games, 18 goals and 24 assists. 18 goals, 24 assists in 42 games. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, Michael Elise. Maybe the stats are boosted a bit because German league is kind of poo. But in the Bundesliga, 10 goals, 16 assists, 23 games. Champions League, 9 games, 3 goals, 5 assists. Like, yeah, Elise, Haaland, Semenyo be the front three. Unbelievable. Best front three in the world. And he was ours and we let him go. I did read up on that. We let him go because he wanted to play. And he was like 18 and he went to Reading so that he could play. So I don't think really City had a choice there. I prefer James to Tino. Maybe can get him cheaper. Reece James is the best right back in the world. But I don't think you can get him for any price. To be fair, he did none of that at Palace. It is also true that Elise like kind of just took off and really did not. Nobody probably saw this coming from Elise. Like, he's still young. He's only 24, but the transfer value says $150 million. So I don't think you're getting him. He's in the 99 percentile for chances, touches, shots, goals. Like, it's outrageous how good he is. But this is a fair point. He did not really do any of that at Palace. He was good, but not this good. His best Palace season was 10 goals, 6 assists in 19 games. Year before that, 40 games, 2 goals, 11 assists. To be fair, he's always been a bit of an assister. Bit of a creative assist guy, but we got to had MG. Morgan Gibbs-White or Morgan Rogers and Elise? Who do you think's better, Gvardiol or Gehi? Ooh, it's a good question. Gvardiol, I think. Same with Rogers, who was ours too. He was, but by all accounts from everybody who watched him in the academy, nobody saw this coming. So I never watched the academy. I wouldn't have known. I never saw Morgan Rogers in a City kit. Basically, Doku, if he could score. Yeah, basically. And I'd like a player who could score. Call me crazy, but I'd like a player who could score. Just my type of football player. Somebody who's good at putting the ball in the net. Anyway, we're going to end the stream there, guys. I do appreciate it. It's been fun. I appreciate the chat being very active as always. If you haven't already, do like the video, of course, and you can join the Discord channel if you are interested. Somebody can put a link in the Discord chat if you want, if you have it, or you can always check my channel description. It's got a link there if you want to join it that way. Gibbs, White, and Anderson will complete our midfield. Teal, I like the Anderson one. I don't like the Gibbs, White one. I don't like Gibbs White. Yeah. See you guys later. I do appreciate it. We can always talk transfers, though. Those are the best. Those are the fun. City would be more threatening if we had wingers who can score. I 100% agree with you. But as I said, that is it for the stream. I'll be back later with my Real Madrid recap. Hopefully we get a W. I do think we win 2-0, my prediction. So we'll see. And I'll be back with the content post Madrid. So See you guys. Appreciate the support on the channel as always. Like, subscribe, helps out a lot. See ya.